The organ music swelled through the stained glass windows of St. Mary's Cathedral in downtown Chicago, but all I could hear was the pounding of my heart as Jack pulled me into the dim basement stairwell. His lips crashed against mine with a desperation that stole my breath, his hands gripping my shoulders like I was the only anchor in a storm. I froze, the world tilting on its axis. My best friend since childhood, the guy I'd shared every secret with except this one, had just shattered the illusion of our straight-laced lives right there, amid the echoes of my sister's vows upstairs. I shoved him back, my voice a harsh whisper. "What the hell, Jack? This is my sister's wedding." My mind raced, replaying years of sleepovers, football games, and late-night talks where I'd never once suspected. But there it was, raw and undeniable, his eyes pleading for understanding in the flickering fluorescent light. He wiped his mouth, stepping away as if burned.
"I'm sorry, Jake."
I couldn't hold it in anymore. Watching you up there, pretending, killed me. Pretending? The word hit like a punch. I'd been the golden boy of the Thompson family, star quarterback in high school, now a rising accountant in a firm downtown, engaged to Sarah, the perfect girl from the perfect family. But Jack knew things no one else did, the doubts I'd buried deep. We'd grown up in the suburbs of Illinois, where lawns were manicured and secrets were swept under Persian rugs. My parents, devout Catholics, ran the local community center, preaching family values and tradition. Jack's folks were similar, his dad a cop, his mom a teacher, expecting him to follow the straight path, literally. We'd met in kindergarten, bonded over scraped knees and comic books. By high school, we were inseparable, him the quiet artist, me the outgoing athlete. But lately, things had shifted. Lingering glances during movie nights, his hand brushing mine too long when passing the remote. I chalked it up to bromance, but now, this kiss exposed cracks I'd ignored. Upstairs, the reception was starting. Laughter filtered down, clinking glasses mocking our chaos. I paced the concrete floor, the scent of old hymnals mixing with Jack's cologne. Why now? Why here? He leaned against the wall, his tie loosened, looking more vulnerable than I'd ever seen him. "Because tomorrow you're announcing your engagement. And I love you, Jake. Have for years. Love." The word hung heavy, forbidden in our world. My family would disown me. Sarah's parents, influential in the church, would spread whispers that could ruin careers. But worse, what about me? Did I feel it too? That pull I'd dismissed as friendship? I sank onto a stack of folding chairs, head in hands. Jack sat beside me, careful not to touch. "Remember that camping trip last summer? When we shared the tent after the storm hit?" I nodded, the memory vivid. The rain pounding, us huddled under blankets, talking until dawn about dreams and fears. He'd confessed his parents' pressure to date girls, and I'd shared my doubts about Sarah. Nothing happened, but the intimacy lingered. "That night," he continued, "I wanted to tell you, but I saw how you looked at her, how you fit into this life. I thought I could bury it, like I'd buried my own confusion. The way my eyes sometimes wandered in the locker room, quickly averted with guilt. The basement door creaked open. "Jake? You down there?" My sister's voice, laced with concern. I jumped up, smoothing my suit. "Yeah, just grabbing some extra napkins." Jack's eyes met mine, a silent plea. I turned away, climbing the stairs into the light, leaving him in the shadows. But the kiss burned on my lips, a spark that threatened to ignite everything. Back in the hall, Sarah beamed at me, slipping her arm through mine. "There you are. Everything okay?" I forced a smile. "Perfect." But inside, turmoil brewed. How could I face my family, knowing this truth? That night, after the toasts and dances, I lay awake in our hotel room, Sarah asleep beside me. Jack's text buzzed. "I'm sorry. Forget it happened." But I couldn't. The next day was Sunday brunch with both families, where I'd popped the question officially. My parents had hinted at it for months, proud of the union that would cement our standing in the community. Jack would be there too, as my best man in the making. The thought twisted my gut. What if I said yes to Sarah while feeling this pull toward him? Was it betrayal or self-preservation? Monday morning, I met Jack at our usual coffee spot near Millennium Park. The city buzzed around us, joggers and tourists oblivious to our storm. He looked wrecked, dark circles under his eyes. "I shouldn't have done that," he started. "It was selfish." I stirred my coffee, avoiding his gaze. "But is it true? What you said?" He nodded slowly. "Yeah, and I think you feel it too." Denial rose in my throat, but it stuck. Instead, I asked, "What now?" He shrugged. "We pretend. Like always." But pretending felt like drowning. My phone rang, my dad, reminding me about the family dinner. Pressure mounted, a vice around my chest. Over the next weeks, the secret festered. At work, I zoned out during meetings, replaying the kiss. Sarah noticed, asking if I was stressed. I lied, saying it was a big client. But with Jack, every hangout was charged. A brush of shoulders sent sparks. A shared laugh held unspoken words. One evening, at his apartment, we watched a game, beers in hand. "Jake," he said during halftime, "if you don't feel the same, tell me. I'll back off." I hesitated, the truth bubbling up. "I don't know what I feel." It was honest, terrifying. He reached for my hand, but I pulled away. "Not here. Not yet." The conflict deepened when my mom cornered me at home. "You're distant lately. Is everything okay with Sarah?" I nodded, but she pressed. "You know, family comes first. We've built this life for you." Her words echoed the expectations I'd internalized: marriage, kids, the American dream. But what if my dream was different? Jack's family added fuel. His dad joked about setting him up with a neighbor's daughter. Jack laughed it off, but I saw the pain. Society's gaze weighed heavy, whispers in church about those people, judgments that could isolate us. As the engagement loomed, I faced a choice. Embrace the truth and risk everything, or bury it and live a lie. The tension built, each day a step toward confrontation. Little did I know, the real storm was just beginning, with betrayals that would test every bond. The engagement party was at my parents' house in Oak Park, string lights twinkling over the backyard like false stars. Sarah glowed in her dress, chatting with guests, while I stood by the grill, flipping burgers to avoid conversations. Jack arrived late, his smile forced as he hugged my mom. "Congrats, man," he said, clapping my back a bit too hard. Our eyes met briefly, a storm brewing beneath the civility. That night, as toasts rang out, I raised my glass, words sticking like glue. To Sarah, the love of my life. Lies tasted bitter, but the cheers drowned my doubt. Later, in the quiet of the garage, Jack found me hiding with a beer. "You went through with it." His voice cracked, accusation sharp. I set the bottle down. "What choice did I have? This is my life, Jack. My family." He stepped closer, anger flashing. "Your family? What about us?" That kiss meant something. It did, but admitting it meant unraveling threads that held my world together. "It was a mistake," I whispered, hating myself. He recoiled, hurt etching his features. "Fine. Then forget me too." He stormed out, leaving me in the dim light, guilt gnawing like acid. The next day, Sarah and I met with the wedding planner. She bubbled with ideas: venue in the city, flowers from her aunt's shop. I nodded absently, mind on Jack. He'd ghosted my texts, a silence louder than shouts. At work, a colleague mentioned a gay coworker facing discrimination. It hit too close. Society's undercurrents. Laws protecting, but hearts judging, mirrored my turmoil. My dad called that evening. "Proud of you, son. This is the right path." Right for whom? The pressure built, a dam cracking. I drove to Jack's place unannounced, rain slicking the streets. He opened the door, surprise turning to wariness. "What do you want?" I pushed inside. "To talk. Really talk." We sat on his couch, the TV muted. "I can't stop thinking about you," I admitted. His eyes softened. "Then why propose?" Tears welled. "Fear. Of losing everything." He took my hand this time, no pulling away. "You might lose more by lying." The truth resonated, but so did the risks. What about Sarah? She deserved honesty, Not this charade. That conversation sparked clandestine meetings, coffee in hidden cafes, walks in deserted parks. Each stole moment deepened the connection, but amplified the guilt. Jack shared his struggles. Coming out to a friend in college, only to be shunned. It hurts, but living authentically? Worth it. I envied his resolve. Meanwhile, family dinners grew tense. My sister, newlywed, teased about babies. Mom planned bridal showers. Dad lectured on responsibility. Don't let distractions derail you. Did he suspect? Paranoia crept in. One night, Sarah confronted me. You're distant. Is there someone else? My heart stopped. No, I lied, but her eyes narrowed. If there is, tell me now. I hesitated too long. She stormed out, leaving me alone with my deception. I called Jack, voice breaking. She knows something's wrong. He sighed. You have to choose, Jake. Choose? Between love and legacy? The moral quandary tore at me. Was hiding ethical or cowardly? The betrayal escalated when Jack's dad showed up at my office. Stay away from my son, he growled. I saw your car at his place late nights. Shock froze me. It's not what you think. But it was. He left fuming, and that evening Jack called in panic. Dad knows. He's furious. Talking about sending me away. Away? To where? The family's iron grip tightened. Jack's mom cried on the phone to mine, sparking a chain reaction. My parents summoned me home. Sit down, Dad said sternly. Mom wrung her hands. Rumors are flying. About you and Jack. Denial died on my lips. It's true, I confessed. Silence exploded into chaos. Dad's face reddened. This is unnatural. Think of the church, the community. Mom sobbed. We raised you better. Their words stung, echoing societal prejudices I'd internalized. Get out, Dad finally said, until you fix this. I left, shattered, driving aimlessly. Sarah's text came. We need to talk. The web of lies unraveled, each thread a painful snap. I met Sarah at our apartment. Is it Jack? She asked, voice steady but eyes wet. I nodded, tears flowing. I'm so sorry. She hugged me surprisingly. I suspected. But why hide? Shame washed over me. Fear. She pulled back. You hurt us all with this. Her forgiveness mixed with pain. A bittersweet release. But the damage was done. Trust broken, heart scarred. Jack waited at his place, bruised from his dad's words. What now? He asked. I held him. We face it together. But society loomed, judgments from friends, whispers at work. The tension peaked as we navigated fallout, each decision a minefield. Little betrayals piled up, testing our bond. Would it hold or crumble under pressure? The path ahead was fraught, with more confrontations inevitable. Exile from home hit like a freight train. I crashed on Jack's couch, the apartment a sanctuary amid the storm. Mornings brought texts from Mom. Come back when you're ready to be the son we know. Dad's silence spoke volumes. Sarah moved out, leaving echoes of what could have been. I wish you happiness, her note said, but the goodbye stung. Friends divided, some supportive, others distant. Societal divides mirroring personal rifts. At work, stares followed. Rumors spread like wildfire. Is Jake gay now? The label chafed, but truth liberated even as it isolated. Jack and I navigated new terrain, our relationship tentative yet intense. Walks hand in hand in progressive neighborhoods felt defiant, but in our suburb we reverted to friends. Why hide? I asked one night, curled on the bed. He traced my arm. Survival. Not everyone's ready. His wisdom came from years of suppression, a depth I admired. But musing turned to argument when his dad ambushed us at a diner. This ends now, he barked, pulling Jack aside. You're coming home. Jack resisted.
No, Dad.
This is me. The confrontation escalated, voices rising, patrons staring. I intervened. Leave him alone. His dad sneered. You corrupted him. The accusation burned, fueling self-doubt. Was I the villain? Back home, Jack broke down. He called me a disappointment. I held him, anger boiling. He's wrong. But doubt crept. Had I pushed him into this? Moral dilemmas swirled. What was right when love clashed with family? Society's lens distorted. Media stories of acceptance clashing with real prejudice. Church friends shunned us. One sent a letter quoting scripture, condemning our sin. Tore at Jack, raised in faith. Do they hate us? He whispered. I had no answer, only resolve to fight. The turning point came at a family gathering I wasn't invited to. My sister called, tearful. Dad had a heart scare. Stress from this. Guilt crushed me. Was my choice harming them? I visited the hospital unannounced. Dad looked frail in the bed. Why are you here? He rasped. Because you're my father. Tears fell. I can't accept this. Mom intervened. Give him time. But time felt scarce, wounds fresh. Leaving, I questioned everything. Sacrifice for love or for family? The internal war raged. Jack suggested therapy. We need help. Sessions unpacked layers. My denial, his fear. The therapist probed. What price are you willing to pay? It echoed in my mind. Meanwhile, work suffered. A promotion slipped away. Bias unspoken but evident. Focus on your personal life, my boss hinted. Discrimination's subtle knife cut deep. Jack faced worse. His art commissions dried up. Clients citing values mismatch. We leaned on each other. But strain showed in snapped words. Sleepless nights. One evening, betrayal struck from an unexpected source. My best friend from high school, Mark, cornered me at a bar. Dude, Jack? Really? Sarah's devastated. I defended. It's not simple. He shook his head. You're throwing it all away. Later, I learned he'd told Sarah details I'd shared in confidence. Trust shattered. Isolation deepened. Jack comforted. Not everyone's like that. But doubt seeded. Was this worth the pain? High tension built at a community event. My parents hosted a fundraiser. We attended defiantly. Whispers followed, eyes judging. Dad approached. This isn't the place. Jack stood tall. We're here as a couple. Argument brewed, voices low but fierce. You're embarrassing us, Mom hissed. I snapped. No, your prejudice is. The standoff drew attention. Societal cracks exposed. We left, empowered yet exhausted. As weeks turned months, awakenings emerged. Sarah reached out. I'm dating someone new. Be happy, Jake. Closure healed a bit. Jack's mom visited secretly. I don't understand, but I love you. Tentative bridges formed, but Dad remained steadfast. Change or stay away. The ultimatum forced reflection. Loyalty to self versus family. Moral gray areas blurred, right and wrong intertwined. Our bond strengthened through trials but not without cost. A heated fight erupted over moving away. Escape the judgment, Jack urged. I resisted. Running's cowardly. Words flew, doors slammed. Reconciliation came with apologies. Deeper understanding. Each conflict peeled layers, revealing resilient love. But external pressures mounted. A neighbor's petition against immoral influences in the building. We fought legally, rallying allies. Victory tasted sweet, but battles wearied. The climax neared with my sister's baby announcement. Family dinner, she invited. Dad wants peace. Hope flickered, but caution ruled. We arrived, tension thick. Conversations skirted truths until Dad spoke. I've been thinking. Eyes met, walls cracking. But full acceptance, elusive. The evening ended in fragile truce, leaving us pondering the path ahead. Damages lingered, awakenings partial. What more would we sacrifice? The fragile truce shattered like glass underfoot when Dad's health declined again. This time a full stroke. Hospital vigils brought forced proximity. Family huddled in waiting rooms. Stress did this? My sister whispered, glancing at me. Guilt resurfaced, a tidal wave. Jack waited outside, respecting boundaries but present. Go in, he urged. Inside, Dad gripped my hand weakly.
Son.
I was wrong to push you away. Tears choked me. I never wanted to hurt you. Reconciliation began in halting words, prejudices challenged by mortality. Mom nodded. We all make mistakes. But society didn't forgive easily. Church elders visited, preaching repentance. Dad waved them off. My family, my rules. A small victory, hard one. Post-hospital, dynamics shifted. Dinners included Jack tentatively, conversations awkward but progressing. Tell me about your art, Dad asked one night. Jack shared, passion lighting his face. Barriers lowered, understanding bloomed. But backlash came from extended family. Aunts boycotting events, cousins spreading gossip online. The Thompsons gone woke, one posted. Digital hate amplified, trolls targeting us. Jack's social media filled with slurs. He deleted accounts, withdrawing. Why fight when it hurts so much? I held him. Because we're worth it. Moral fortitude tested, each stand a declaration. Work presented new battles. My firm faced client complaints about my lifestyle. It's affecting business, my boss said. I pushed back. Discriminate, and I'll sue. Backed by laws, but hearts unchanged. Jack lost a gallery show. Controversial. They cited. We rallied, hosting a pop-up event with LGBTQ allies. Success empowered, but exhaustion crept. Is this our life? Constant fight. Jack asked. I pondered the cost, health, relationships, peace. Yet, authenticity's reward outweighed. A major confrontation arose at a town hall meeting on inclusive policies. We spoke up, sharing stories.
Opponentieret, quoting tradition.
Families like yours destroy society, one yelled. Defiance surged. Love builds it, I countered. Applause mixed with boos, division stark. Media picked up, interviews following. Exposure brought support and threats. Anonymous calls, vandalized car. Fear gripped, but resolve hardened. We can't back down, Jack said. United, we pressed on. Personal betrayals continued. Sarah's new boyfriend, an old acquaintance, spread lies about our split. Jake cheated, he claimed. Friends questioned. Trust eroded further. Confronting him at a party, words escalated. Mind your business, I warned. He smirked. Or what? Jack pulled me away. Not worth it. But anger festered, highlighting sacrifices. Lost friendships, strained ties, the price of truth. Awakenings deepened in quiet moments. Walking Lake Michigan's shore, Jack proposed a future. Move to the city, start fresh. I hesitated, tied to roots. What about family? He smiled. They'll come around. Optimism clashed with reality, but hope persisted. Therapy helped navigate, unpacking traumas. You've both paid dearly, the counselor noted. Now claim your peace. Tensions peaked at Thanksgiving. Full family gathered, Jack included. Toasts turned to talks. Dad raised a glass. To new beginnings. Emotion swelled. But an uncle challenged. This isn't right. Argument ignited, voices rising. Out. Dad ordered the uncle. Protection fierce, a turning point. We left grateful, bonds mending. Yet not all healed. Jack's dad remained distant. Occasional calls laced with disapproval. Change your ways, he urged. Jack hung up, pained. Will he ever accept? I comforted. Give time. Moral complexities lingered. Was persistence right or enabling? Society evolved slowly, progress incremental. Our relationship evolved too, from stolen kisses to open affection. Challenges forged strength, but scars remained. A night of reflection. What if I'd stayed with Sarah? I mused. Jack tensed. Regret.
No, affirmation.
This is real. Decisions weights balanced, gains outweighing losses. As winter set in, a job offer came for both in San Francisco. Escape the Midwest judgments. Jack excited. I weighed. Leave family healing or risk stagnation? The choice loomed, a final test. Packing boxes symbolized change, but doubts whispered. Was fleeing betrayal or growth? The road ahead uncertain, filled with potential and peril. The move to San Francisco was a leap into the unknown. Boxes piled in our new apartment overlooking the bay. Fog rolled in like doubts, but the city's vibrancy, rainbow flags waving, communities thriving, offered solace. "This is freedom," Jack said, unpacking art supplies. I nodded, but homesickness gnawed. Calls home were bittersweet. Dad's health improved, but distance amplified rifts. "Miss you," Mom said. "Visit soon." Promises hung, unfulfilled amid settling in. New jobs, me in finance, Jack in a gallery, brought purpose, but adaptation tested us. Cultural shock hit. Acceptance here contrasted Midwest caution. Hand-holding in public felt liberating, yet paranoia lingered. What if someone from home sees? I worried. Jack laughed. Let them. His ease inspired, but internal conflicts persisted. Dreams haunted, family disowning, society condemning. Therapy continued virtually, probing. You've sacrificed much. Was it worth it? Reflection deepened, answers evolving. Betrayals followed us. An old friend emailed venom. You've abandoned your roots. Deleted, but words stung. Jack faced a commission dispute. A client backed out citing personal reasons. Subtle prejudice universal, we realized. Rallying local groups, we advocated voices stronger. A panel discussion on LGBTQ rights drew crowds. Sharing our story empowered others, healing ourselves. Your journey inspires, a young man said post-event. Impact rippled, purpose found in pain. Family visited unexpectedly. My sister, pregnant again. Dad sent me. He worries. Tours of the city masked tensions. Over dinner, she probed. Happy, I affirmed. But miss home. Tears flowed. We miss you too. Dad's softening. Hope sparked, but realism tempered. Back home, judgments persisted. Church friends distanced. Moral quandaries. Forgive prejudices or demand change? High drama unfolded when Jack's dad called. I'm coming to visit. Panic ensued. What if he rejects us again? Preparations fraught, apartment tidied like armor. He arrived gruff, but eyes softened at our home. Nice place. Tours led to talks. I don't get it, he admitted. But you're my son. Hugs followed, breakthroughs hard-earned. Not full acceptance, but steps forward. Departing, he shook my hand. Take care of him. Validation bittersweet. Costs acknowledged. Our bond faced ultimate test in a health scare, Jack's appendicitis. Hospital waits echoed Dad's. Roles reversed. I love you, I whispered, fear raw. Recovery brought clarity. We've paid dearly. Families strained. Friends lost. Selves questioned. He nodded. But we're here together. Awakenings culminated. Resilience forged in fire. Society's mirror reflected progress. Pride parades celebrated. But news of backlashes reminded fragility. We volunteered, giving back, cycles breaking. Personal growth evident, me bolder, Jack healed. Yet, damages lingered. Scarred relationships, lingering doubts. A quiet evening, bay views glowing. Think we'd do it differently? Jack asked. Pondered.
No.
Truth sets free. But freedom's price? Debated endlessly. As life stabilized, reflections turned philosophical. Choices defined us, betrayals for love, sacrifices for authenticity. Moral ambiguities persisted. Right in one lens, wrong in another. In the end, our story wasn't tidy resolution, but ongoing journey. Families mended partially, society evolved slowly. We stood stronger but questioned. Was coming out the ultimate right, or a necessary wrong in a flawed world? What do you think? Was his initial kiss a catalyst for truth, or a selfish act that caused unnecessary pain?